Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Faeez bin Muhammad Fuad, and I will present to you about Lab D2 crank and slider experiment. For the objective of this lab is to study about the plane kinematic motion. Then to study the effect of changing the connecting rod length. So we go to the procedure. First, select the desired crank and connecting rod. Place the selected crank and connecting rod to the crank holder and the slider holder. Record the length of the crank and connecting rod to the table provided. The length is the distance between the center of two holes. Note the total length of the crank and the connecting rod. Connect the crank and connecting rod together using the turning knob as the joint. Rotate the crank to 0 degree by rotating the turning knob. The angle measurement can be read directly from the protector provided. Once the crank set to 0 degree, record down the initial position of the connecting rod using the linear scale provided. Slowly rotate the crank of the apparatus for every 30 degree increment. Record the displacement value for the connecting rod. Take the reading up to 360 degree. The displacement value is obtained by using the final value minus the initial value. Repeat the experiment using different value of the rotation radius and connecting rod length. So for the discussion, for the first question, explain how a crank and slider system work. Crank and slider system work involve three parts, which is crank, slider, and connecting rod. Based on the figure below, based on the crank machine, the part A is a crank and usually a rotating due that move in the rotation about fixed axis, while the part C is the slider that move in rectangular motion, and the part B is the connecting rod, which is connect the crank with the slider that moving in the general plane motion. Connecting rod move left and right to make a crank to complete the rotation. So for second question, compare and discuss the result from the theoretically and experiment table. The experiment value that has been achieved has minimal different value which the theoretical value. It is happening because there are a few errors that might have occurred during the experiment. Based on the experimental result, prove the value of the displacement that applied to the mechanism is slightly higher than the theoretical value, which angle apply 160 and the 180 and 360 degree, both experiment and theoretical resulting in the same value. Due to the discrete value of the experiment and the theoretical value, the percentage of error for both experiment and theoretical value remain below 10%. Question number 3. Give a comment or suggest at least 4 causes of error that may affect the result of the experiment. First error. Human error. I am not perpendicular with the ruler scale during take the reading. 0 error. Ruler scale possibly having 0 error that will affect the result. Third error. Instrumental error. The crank and slider might be rust and not working properly. Fourth error. Procedure error. When the different person replicate the same experiment, possibility they do not follow the procedure correctly. So, for the last question, list some of the practical application of the crank and the slider mechanism. First, crane wheel, bicycle crank, and sewing machine. So let's go into the conclusion. In conclusion, to summarize, the experiment has been attended. We achieve that crank and the slider mechanism commit 3 motion, which is the crank move in rotation about fixed axis, while the slider move in rectilinear motion and connecting rod move in a general plane motion. During the experiment, the reading of the displacement might be taken inaccurately because of the human error that might be occur when taking the measurement. Furthermore, the ruler scale also possibly has 0 error, which will affect the result. To make sure the experiment goes well, we must follow the safety tips during the experiment, such as making sure the turning knob is perfectly joined so that the crank and slider can move in a well condition. In addition, it also prevents us from any injuries. Finally, there are the few practical applications of the crank and slider mechanism that can be related to our surroundings in daily life, such as train wheel, bicycle crank, and the sewing machine. So that's all from me. Thank you.